Okay, so we're going to log into Zearn.org. I already have my Google account set up with this, so I used my Google account. So I'm going to go ahead and click Let's Go and log in. Right here, this is the overview of all of my students. Now, because it is currently summer, I do not have an actual class signed into this. But right here you would see how many students are in each topic and lesson. So right here you can see that I have 4 pretend students that I have logged into and put into topic A, lesson 1. And right here you can see their names. We have Charlie Chocolate, Brian Brown, Amy Apple, and Sample Student are all in there. And then the rest of this would show you if you had students had moved on further, that they would show up here and it would have the number of students in each topic and each lesson for those topics would be right in there. And you scroll down a little bit and then it says topic progress. So this again would show you people who are learning that topic, and then if it would be blue if they've completed it. And then in there at the end in the gray it shows how many students are in that part right there. Then over here you have, it says these students may need attention. So if you have a student who's struggling with the concepts, their names would appear over here. So you would know that you need to touch base with those students, maybe do some redirection, etc. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at how to add students to your account. So up here you'll click on Students. And right here you will see all the students who I've already added, but I'm going to go ahead and add a few more. So we're going to click Add Students right here. So let's have Danny Dog. And I like to make their usernames consistent with what that'll be easy for them to log into. This program is web-based, so you know if somebody else somewhere else in the country is using this program and has already used the name Danny as a username, it makes it a little more challenging. So I like to just use my last name. It's short. The students really are able to remember it pretty easily, and then maybe their number behind it. And then the password, I pick something, and pretty much I use the same password for all the students. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll have Danny Dog, and then we can add Eli Elephant. And the same thing, we'll just follow this pattern. He'll be number 5, and then we make the password the same. Go ahead and create students. Oops, I must have already used 4 up here, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to 5 and this one to 6. If you're adding your whole class at the same time, obviously you'll be able to keep track of that a little bit better. So there we go. And then it pops up with a screen that says Step 2, activate your students. You may change these settings later. So it says choose a starting mission. So because it's the beginning of the year, I'm going to start everybody right at the beginning of grade 4. So right here we're going to choose grade 4, mission 1 for module 1, which is the adding, subtracting, and rounding module. And then I'm going to go ahead and select topic A. Okay. I know that they are working on grade 2. It looks like, and I'll show you that in a few minutes on another screen, that grade 2 is going to start becoming available this fall. So we're going ahead and click Activate Students. And it has been updated, so I can go ahead and close this, and then here you can see the new students that I've just added. Okay, and then you see all their usernames. I like to put their names in here. You could just use their first initial for their last name. That lets you, when you're looking at reports and things, see which students are which. But then when they log in, then they just use the username that you've created for them. So I can go ahead and I'm going to go up here and click on Curriculum. And here's the screen where I was just talking about that they were adding things for grade 2. So here it says grade 2 mission 1 will be coming in July of 2015. You can scroll down. It shows kind of the different missions that they'll be adding for grade 2. So it looks like most of grade 2 will be, or all of grade 2 will be in here by October. So that will be great. This screen also it shows grade 2, grade 3, and grade 4. Here you see whole numbers and operations. In the middle column we have fractions and decimals, and then the last column we have measurement, data, and shapes. So it just kind of shows where the missions fall kind of under those categories. So I'm going to go ahead and click on grade 4. It slides me down to grade 4. Here we see we have grade 4, mission 1 is add, subtract, and round. Then it goes over to mission 2, which is measure and solve, multiply, divide big numbers, construct lines, angles, and shapes, equivalent fractions, decimal fractions, and then all the way to mission 7, which is multiply and measure. Okay, this goes right along with the curriculum that we are using in the classroom. It's directly tied to the Common Core standards and our Engage New York curriculum. This, after we clicked on that mission 1, it takes us through a little bit more of the specific things. So we see topic A, and we can click on each of the different topics within that module. We have the sprint. There's a math chat, a tower of power, and a bonus in each lesson that students can work on. Alright, so here we are. We're going to take a look at the sprint, the math chat, the tower of power, and the bonus. So you have an idea of what each of these things are. So we're just going to start with topic A and lesson 1, which is bundle action. So if we click on the sprint, you'll see that it's just a digital version of the sprints that we have passed out on paper before. So it says go. You'll click go. You have 60 seconds. It says answer as many as you can. Go! So it just takes them through that entire thing, and then it'll go back through and check all the answers, and it'll just show them one at a time and check them, and then it'll give them the second opportunity to do that. So at the top you'll see where it totals up the number that they had correct, and then because I stopped, it's wondering what I'm doing. But then for round 2, it'll tell them how many more or less they got correct there as well, so they can look at it just like the sprints that we do on paper in the classroom. And so if for some reason they need to get distracted, if you're paused, it will let you start over as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stop that. And now I'm going to go ahead and click on Math Chat. Math Chat is similar to just like the direct lesson, but there's a little bit visual stuff with it and some interesting talk.
What's up, Math Star? I'm Mr. Sawicki, and I want to welcome you, Sophie, and Lucas to Zern. Together, we're going to
So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through. He's talking a little bit. He's kind of introducing himself, but they go in and they start looking at things and how they can bundle and move them over. It lets the student be a little interactive with this part. So that's a great aspect right there. Now we're going to take a slide over and go to the Tower of Power. Click on that. And this is somewhat where I would consider like an exit ticket. It kind of reviews things, and it's just a few questions to see how well the student has mastered the concept. So right here it says show 10 times 2 ones in the chart. So we have our 2 ones, so we need 10 times that. So we're going to go ahead and get so that we have 10 rows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we have 10 rows with 2 in each of them. So that's our array for 10 times 2. And then we're going to go ahead and click enter. Okay, so it shows us we were on fire. So it says 10 times 2 ones equals, well, how many ones do we have? We have 20. Go ahead and click enter. So it keeps reaffirming that we did the correct thing, and then if you get something wrong, it kind of says, oh wait, hold on, you have to do this. It says bundle and move each group of 10 ones to make a 10. On this you can just double click the top one and it will select all of them in that row. So here we've double clicked, they're all selected. we can slide them over. And then it kind of shows that they were there, but it makes it, you know, just a little dot, so it doesn't totally take it away, which I like. It kind of keeps that visual there for the student. So now we have our 2 10s that we've moved over. We click enter. 10 times 2 1s equals 21s, and we still have that visual representation there for us, and we can click and show 2 10s. Okay, so now it says we can go up to stage 2. 10 times as many as 3 10s is, well, 10 times 3 we know is 30, so we would have 30 10s. And 30 10s is equal to 300. So this just reaffirms what they were working on in the classroom in the lesson. Like I said, this is kind of like a digital exit ticket. So here we've conquered stage 2, so now we're going to go to stage 3. 50. It says, biggity bam, you've learned this, so finish. And then we can go ahead and click done, because we did a great job. And it takes us, that was just looking at it from the teacher's perspective, so the student, then it would show that the student had completed that part of the lesson. And now if we go over to the bonus part, it's going to give us a word problem that we can solve. So Roger has 40 toy cars. His older brother has 10 times as many. How many toy cars does his brother have? Roger's brother has blank toy cars. Well, we have 40 toy cars. His brother has 10 times as many. So we know that we're moving it over in the place value chart. And so we would have 400. So we have gone above and beyond. And here we're going to go ahead and log in as a student. So I've typed in the username, which is just Keen1, and the password was Keen. And I'm going to click Let's Go. And this just gives you the student view of what the student sees. So we have here's our main dashboard. It says here's our bundle action. So we're going to start with the sprint. And right here, if they're ready for a new mission, this is just the first mission. So it already says they're ready for a new one. But if they were ready for another new one, it would show that there. And here's just a welcome from the Math Talk guy. Okay, and then down here we have my stuff. So if they've completed levels, it would show here like which ones they've unlocked. There's a star link that they can link into that. So we can go ahead and click Start. It's going to take them right into that sprint, just like I showed you from the teacher account. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now, but it would take them through, then they can check their answers and keep moving forward. So overall, I hope you've gotten a good glimpse at what Zearn.org can do for you in your classroom. I think it's a great resource, especially during math workshop, to use for a small group while the teacher's working with another group of students, and some other students might be working on strategy games or other interactive games with a partner. This is a good one just to reinforce those skills and concepts using technology.